Hey everyone, just getting everything set up for this elimination game between the Cubs and the Yankees. It's actually a rematch from the first round, which the Yankees defeated the Cubs. But we got new pitchers and a couple of lineup tweaks. So we'll see if this one turns out the same way as the first round. I'm leaving the lineup up there just for folks, giving people a chance to come in, but I won't wait too much longer because people that watch it after the fact don't want to sit there bored looking at a screen. So, as I get everything all put together and ready to go, again, this is the elimination game, so the loser of this is history, as they say. And we will now get ready to get going. Hello, Derek, Dodger fan and Tribe fan. There you see the lineups, so we are ready to go. Get the starters in the box here. And starting for the Yankees is going to be Will C. Moore, his 1927 New York Yankee card. And for the Cubs, it'll be Rick Sutcliffe. This is his partial season where he was traded from the Indians to the Cubs and went 16-1. So should be a good pitching matchup, or at least I hope it is. Hopefully it will be. And we're ready to go. Not a whole lot of changes, although for the Yankees, I did bench the catcher, Yogi Berra, and put in Thurman Munson. And I also benched Roger Maris and put in Don Mattingly. So that's a couple of changes there. Cubs are pretty much the same. So we'll get ready to go. It's Ryan Sandberg, so Rhino is in the starting lineup here. Trying to do this so you can see that. I don't think you can see Will C. Moore's card all the way. I'm going to have to lean it just a tad, I think. See if I can get that straight here. Okay. Hopefully you can see all his card now. All right, so here's Ryan Sandberg to lead things off, and we're underway. Loser is gone. Winner stays alive. 2-7 for Ryan Sandberg is a leadoff walk. So Rhino right away gets the leadoff walk. He's an A stealer, which starts him as a 15. Munson as a catcher is a 2. And as a 2 catcher, that would reduce it by 3. So we started at a 15, go down to a 3. That'd be a 12. They're going to try it 1-12. They're going to try to be aggressive here. The Cubs are. So 1-12, and Sandberg will steal second. It's a 16, so he is out. So Ryan Sandberg getting a little bit too aggressive, perhaps. And he's out of there. So here's Anthony Rizzo. It's a 6-8 against Will C. Moore, and a 6-8 is a pop out to short. Don't know if you can see the card very well there. I'll bring it up a little closer here. Pop out to short on the Will C. Moore card. So that's 2 down, and that'll bring up Ernie Banks. Let's play 2, but we're only playing 1. 3-10 for Ernie Banks, and 3-10 is going to be a walk to Ernie. So 2-out walk, and he's certainly not going anywhere. He's a C stealer, so that brings up Slammin' Sammy Sosa. And we get a 5-5. So under Will C. Moore, a 5-5 is a ground ball to second, and that's going to end the inning as Sosa grounds out to Lazzari, and the inning is over. So we go to the bottom of the first, no score, and Sutcliffe on the mound for Derek Jeter. Lead things off. 3-8 for Jeter, and a 3-8 for Mr. Jeter is a strikeout. So Sutcliffe dealing early with a strikeout. Brings up Don Mattingly, Donnie Baseball. Hey, Jerry, how you doing? Donnie Baseball. 4-7 against Sutcliffe, and that is a strikeout. I don't know if you can see it very well, but that is a strikeout. 4-7 is a strikeout. I might have to bring the pitcher's card up each time it references that. So back-to-back strikeouts of Jeter and Mattingly, and now he's got to face Joe DiMaggio. That's a 1-9 for DiMaggio, and that's a ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down. Sutcliffe very impressive. After 1 complete, we're still scoreless. And we go to the top of the second. We'll see Moore back on the bump. And Kris Bryant will lead things off. He's the DH in this game. It's a 2-7. 2-7 for Kris Bryant is going to be a fly to left, so that's 1 away. Bringing up Billy Williams, left fielder. And that's a 6-7, so we'll see more. A 6-7 is a ground ball second base X. That is Lazzeri. And Tony Lazzeri is a 2. And that's a 20, which might be a re-roll. No, actually, it's going to be a good play. The chart here on a second baseman number 2, number 20 is an out 1, so he makes the play. 2 up, 2 down. And that will bring up Ron Santo. Ron Santo, a 4-7 against Wilcie Moore. 4-7, a 1-6 is a single. 7-20 is a line out to second. That's a 12, so he's going to line it right to Lazzeri, and the inning is over. So nothing to do for the Cubs here in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second. Still no score, and the Babe Ruth, is up. Talk about a threesome here coming up. It's Ruth, Gehrig, and Mantle, all in a row. It's 3-3. 3-3 is a ground ball to first, and that's one away. So, oops, let's switch and make sure we got Rick Sutcliffe in the box. Sutcliffe gets through one of the 3. Here's Lou Gehrig. 3-6. Didn't get by Lou Gehrig, though. Look at all those home runs in column 3. 3-6. There it is. Home run, Lou Gehrig. So the Yankees take the early 1-0 lead on the Gehrig homer. Brings up Mickey Mantle. Ooh, that's a 2-5. So Mickey Mantle, a 2-5. And that's a home run. So back-to-back jacks from Gehrig and Mantle. And the Yankees now have a 2-0 lead. And that'll bring up Thurman Munson. Hey, Glenn, how you doing? Thurman Munson, 5-10 off of Sutcliffe, is a catcher card X. And the catcher is Jody Davis. Jody Davis is a 3. And that's a 1. That's probably going to be an infield hit. Let's take a look here. 3 and a 1. No, let's see here. 3 and a 1 says a strikeout. Okay, we'll go with that. We'll take it. I guess if you're a Cubs, you'll take it. It's a strikeout. I didn't even know they had that result on the basic chart, but there it was. 2 down for Greg Nettles. And that's a 112 for Nettles, and 112 for Nettles is a walk. So the inning continues for the number 9 hitter, Tony Push-em-up Lazzeri. It's a 4-2 against Sutcliffe, and that is a ground ball to the pitcher. So that's going to end the inning as Lazzeri grounds back to the mound. But the Yankees strike for 2 solo homers by Gehrig and Mantle. And after 2 complete, it's 2-0 Yankees. Brings up Rick Monday, center fielder. It's a 4-8 against Wilcie Moore. And a 4-8 off of Wilcie Moore is a walk, if I can get the focus right. 4-8 is a walk. So leadoff walk. And that brings up Jody Davis. Jody Davis eyes, catcher, batting 9th. 2-8 for Jody Davis. And a 2-8 is a strikeout. One away. Back to the top of the order for Ryan Sandberg. Sandberg, a 1-4. And Sandberg grounds to third for a fielder's choice. That's a B there, so it's fielder's choice ground out, 5-4. And he's not going to steal this time. He got caught last time. He's going to stick where he is for Anthony Rizzo. And that's a 2-10. 2-10 for Rizzo. And that's a single for Rizzo. So let's see if Sandberg, he runs at a 17, and you get 2 for the being 2 outs. So unless this is a 20, he'll make it. It's 3, so he does make it to third. So runners are at the corners with 2 outs for Ernie Banks. And that's a 5-4 off of Moore. And that's a fly ball center field X. That's Joe DiMaggio, who's a 1. So let's see if he can play it. It's a 1 and a 1, so that's a good play. Good thing he was a 1, or else might not have made that play. But it does make it. And the inning is over. So the Cubs threaten but get nothing. And we go to the bottom of the third, top of the order. And it'll be Derek Jeter facing Sutcliffe. Cub bullpen might start to stir a little bit. Here's Jeter. It's a 3-9 for Jeter. And a 3-9 is a leadoff walk. Not what you want to do if you're Sutcliffe. A leadoff walk to Jeter. And that'll bring up Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly. It's a 4-4 against Sutcliffe. And a 4-4 off of Sutcliffe is a fly ball to left field. So Sutcliffe gets Mattingly to go opposite field for one away. Brings up Joltin' Joe DiMaggio. And that's a 6-8 off of Sutcliffe. A 6-8 is a strikeout. So Sutcliffe puts the K on DiMaggio. 2 down for the Babe Ruth. There's no easy out in this Yankee lineup, that's for sure. 6-2, and Sutcliffe does get through with it. A ground ball to second. That's going to end the inning. And we go to the 4th. Still 2-0 Yankees. 2-0 Yankees. All right, here is Will Seymour on the mound. Jerry, I did not realize it was Curt Schilling's birthday. I could have played the Red Sox game because Schilling is going to start in their game against the Indians in their elimination game. So I probably should have done that. Had I known it was Schilling's birthday, I would have done that. But I thought the Cubs-Yankees might be a decent matchup, so we'll see. Here's Sammy Sosa. It's a 5-3 against Will Seymour. And a 5-3 is a fly ball left field X. That's Babe Ruth. And Ruth is I wrote him down as a 1. That can't be right. It's a 2. I misread that. Ruth is a 2, not a 1. And that is a 9. So a 2 and a 9 is a double. How about that? Outfielder 2 and a 9 is a double. So Ruth not able to get it. And Sammy Sosa leads off with a double. And that'll bring up Kris Bryant. That is a 5-7 against Will Seymour. And a 5-7 off of Will Seymour is a strikeout. Strikeout for Will Seymour. Bryant goes down on strikes, 1 away. Brings up Billy Williams. Billy Williams, 1-8 for Billy Williams. Is a ground ball first base A. That's going to move the runner to third base. I know in the basic it doesn't do that, but my own little personal house rule is if it's a ground ball to the right side, they do move up. So that's 2 outs. Here's Ron Santo. 1-8 for Santo. 1-8 is, well, it doesn't matter about him moving up because Santo is going to bring him in regardless. 1-12 is a double. 13-20 is a single, but it's 2 stars. That's a 16, so it's an RBI single for Ron Santo, and that scores Sosa to make it a 2-1 ball game. Cubs now cut the lead in half. And we're back to Monday, Rick Monday. And that's a 2-7. And a 2-7 for Monday is a fly to right, and that's going to end the inning. But the Cubs do pick up a run, cut the lead in half, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still 2-1 Yankees. And Lou Gehrig to lead things off. This was the order that Gehrig and Mantle had back-to-back home runs. So let's see if they can do it again. 1-9 for Gehrig. This is going to be a walk this time. They're not going to mess around with Gehrig. He will draw a leadoff walk. And that sets him up for Mickey Mantle, who also homered his first time up. This is a 3-11 for Mantle. This time Mantle's going to hit a fly ball to right. And that's 1 away. Brings up the catcher, Thurman Munson. I really didn't want to bench Berra, but I wanted to get Munson some playing time. And he had a great year in 77. So, 77 for Munson. He had 18 home runs and hit 308. Defensively, he's a 2, so nothing wrong with that. All right, 5-6 against Sutcliffe, and Sutcliffe on a 5-6 is a strikeout. So Munson 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So inauspicious debut for Thurman. Here's Greg Nettles. 2-2 for Nettles, and a 2-2 is a line out to as many outs as possible, but there was already 2 outs, so it's simply going to be a line out to first to end the inning, handled by Rizzo, and the inning is over. So we go to the 5th. It's still 2-1 Yankees. And Will Seymour back on the bump, facing Jody Davis, the catcher, number 9 hitter. That's a 5-6 against Will Seymour, and a 5-6 is a single. So Jody Davis, number 9 hitter, comes through with a single, brings up Rhino. Rhino a 5-10. 5-10 is a pop out to first, handled by Mattingly, and that's 1 away. And that will bring up Anthony Rizzo, speaking of first baseman. 5-8 off of Will Seymour. 5-8 is a strikeout. So 2 down. And it's up to Ernie Banks to keep it going for the Cubs this inning. 3-5 for Ernie Banks, and that's going to be a single. So Ernie Banks with a 2-out single. And let's see, Jody Davis runs at a 9. Gets 2 for the 2 out, so it'd be 11. Do you want to take a chance? I don't think you want to make him have the last out at third base. With Sammy Sosa coming up, who just doubled last time, they're going to hold Jody Davis at second. So runners at first and second for slamming Sammy Sosa. The 4-6 against Will Seymour. But Sosa found a fly ball to left, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Cubs. We go to the bottom of the fifth, still 2-1 Yankees. Sutcliffe back on the bump. We'll be facing number 9 hitter Tony Lazzeri. And that's a 2-5. 2-5 for Lazzeri is a strikeout. One away. Back to the top of the order for Derek Jeter. 4-10 off of Sutcliffe. 4-10 off of Sutcliffe is a fly ball to center field X. That is Rick Monday. Monday's a 2. And that's a 7. So a 2 and a 7 is a good play. 2 down. Brings up Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly. 2 outs, bases empty. And we got a 3-7 for Mattingly. And look at that. 1 to 18 is a double. 19 to 20 is a single. So Donnie Baseball getting in the act. And with a 1, that's a double. So a 2-out double for Don Mattingly. Brings up Jolton Joe DiMaggio. And that's a 4-8 against Sutcliffe. 4-8 is a walk. So 2 on now with 2 outs. A little 2-out rally going for Babe Ruth, who's 0 for 2. Sutcliffe has kept him in check. 2-9. Not anymore. Babe Ruth on a 2-9. He found his home runs, and there you go. A 3-run shot for Babe Ruth. And that's going to be pretty much the beginning of the end for Mr. Sutcliffe, as it is now a 5-1 ball game. They'll go ahead and let him finish the inning out. Then they have to go to the bullpen. 3-4, and look at this. Gehrig says, not so fast. I'm going to hit a second home run on that 3-4. So Gehrig follows with the home run. That's now a 6-1 ball game. And that'll bring up Mickey Mantle. Of course, all these are off the batter's card, so Sutcliffe really has no say in it. 3-9. 3-9 is going to be a strikeout, and the inning is over. So a rough one for Sutcliffe for sure. He's gone. He will be out of there, and probably the Cubs are going to be out of here too. Top of the 6th, here's Kris Bryant. It's a 6-7. 6-7 off of Will Seymour is a ground ball second base X. And the second baseman in this case is Tony Lazzeri. He's a 2, and that's a 20. See if that's a re-roll or not. I think it was a good play. Yes, it certainly is. It was out number 1. So just like last time, I thought that's what it was. So there's 1 away as Kris Bryant is retired. Go on out to Billy Williams. Billy Williams, a 1-7 for Billy Williams. It's a pop out to first, and that's out number 2. That brings up Ron Santo. 2-6 for Santo is a ground ball to the pitcher, and that's going to end the inning. And that's it for the Cubs. So now we go to the bottom of the 6th. We'll get a new pitcher for the Cubs. Let's see who that's going to be. Who might they want to bring in and get the joy of facing this lineup? Let's see. Who do they have that's a guy that can come in relief? They're going to bring in... Who do they bring in? That's a good question. They're going to bring in... Well, it's a good question. I got a lot of starters here. I don't have many relievers. We'll go with Phil Regan. So they're going to bring in Phil Regan from 1969. Did have 17 saves. So he's in there just to try to stop the bleeding. But if it's off the batter cards, there's not much he can do about it. Here's Munson. And Munson... 2-6 for Munson, and that's going to be a double or a single. One's a double, everything else is a single. And that's a 20, so it's a leadoff single for Thurman. He finally gets his first hit. Brings up Greg Nettles. That's a 2-5 for Nettles. 2-5 is a fly to right. That's out number 1. Brings up Tony Push-Em-Up Lazzeri. and that's a 6-7 off of Regan. 6-7 is a 1-6 single. 7-20 is a line out to third. That's a 13, so it's a line out to Santo for out number 2. Brings up Derek Jeter. Jeter, a 5-4 off of Regan, and a 5-4 is a catcher card X. Catcher is Jody Davis, and Jody Davis is a 3, and that's a 4. So catcher card 3 and a 4 is going to be a pop out. So good play for Jody Davis. We'll end the inning. And we go to the 7th. It is still 6-1. Hey Beatles, how you doing? And with this lead, the Yankees are going to go to their bench, and they're going to give Derek Jeter the rest of the game off. And they're going to bring in the scooter, Phil Rizzuto. So Phil Rizzuto is going to come in and play shortstop the remainder of the game. And they might be doing that with other guys in the lineup as well as we get closer to the end. Right now, we'll see more still in there, facing Rick Monday to start the 7th. 2-11 for Rick Monday is a ground ball to first, and that's going to end or start the inning with 1 away. First base unassisted. Brings up Jody Davis, but they may pinch hit for Jody Davis. Let's see who the Cubs have on the bench. He is the number 9 hitter. He did get a hit last time, but average-wise, he's a little bit further down. So they're going to pinch hit with Mark Grace. Mark Grace is going to pinch hit for Jody Davis, and then Randy Hundley will take over as the catcher. So Randy Hundley will be the new catcher going forward, but right now, Mark Grace is going to pinch hit for Jody Davis. See what Mark Grace can do. It's a 5-8, so we're off Will Seymour, and that is a strikeout. So Jody Davis would have struck out just like Mark Grace did. It really didn't matter who was batting. Put this out number 2, and that brings up Sandberg. And that's a 2-8 for Sandberg, and that is a ground ball to third, and the inning is over. So quickly, 3 up, 3 down go the Cubs. And now Phil Regan will be replaced. He pitched his 1 inning. I'm going to get as many relievers in there for the Cubs as we can, give them a chance to say they were here and participated. So we're going to another bullpen guy by the name of Hector Rondon. So Hector Rondon, his 2015 season, he was a 1.67 ERA and 30 saves. So Hector Rondon is in to pitch for the Cubs here in the 7th, and he'll be facing Donnie Mattingly. And that's a 1-7 for Mattingly, and that's a base hit. Solid single for Don Mattingly. Solid single, and now that'll bring up Joltin' Joe. And Joltin' Joe, a 110, is another single. So back-to-back singles. They'll play station to station given the score. And now that'll bring up Babe Ruth. But actually, we're going to have a pinch hitter for Babe Ruth. So with the lead being what it is, they can afford to do that. And Bobby Mercer, who hasn't gotten a chance to play, he's going to get a chance to pinch hit. Bobby Mercer from 1971. He can say he pinch hit for Babe Ruth, and then he'll stay in the game to play left field as well. So Bobby Mercer is going to pinch hit here in the 7th against Hector Rondon. 4-7 for Rondon. 4-7, a single, 1-16, 17-20 is a line out. So Bobby Mercer might get himself a pinch hit, and he does. It's a base hit. The single was 1 star, so bases are now going to be loaded with nobody out for Lou Gehrig. Gehrig is the DH, so they could pinch hit for him again with someone else, and they will. So let's see where they're going to go with the pinch hitter here. Is there anybody they haven't used yet? You know, somebody that hasn't had any playing time yet is Joe Gordon. So Joe Gordon's going to get the pinch hit for Lou Gehrig, and he will stay in the game as the DH. So Joe Gordon, bases loaded, nobody out Beetle's Metamucil is one of those fiber products that help you eliminate waste out of your body. And so I kind of use that as my theme for this elimination round, where we're eliminating bad teams from our system. And so that's what I'm going with. Trying to use a little levity if possible. Hopefully it's not too gross. Here's Joe Gordon, 5-5. Hector Rondon, 5-5, is a strikeout. Strikeout. So Gordon whiffs on his pinch hitting appearance. Here's Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle, the Mick. 3-6 for the Mick. And he's going to strike out. So back-to-back strikeouts. As Rondon tries to get out of this bases loaded mess. Here's Thurman Munson. 2 outs and bases loaded. 2-10. 2-10. Thurman Munson's going to just hit a double right here on this 2-10 result. And that will bring in 2 more runs as the Yankees laying waste to the Cubs. It is now 8-1. Runners at second and third for Greg Nettles. Sorry it wasn't a closer game, guys. 3-9 is a ground ball to second, and that's going to end the inning. But the Cubs put up 2 more, and after 7 complete, it is the Cubs 9, Yankees 1. And we're going to go to a new pitcher for the Yankees as Wilcie Moore tosses 7 solid innings, only allowing 1 run. And we're going to go to the bullpen, and we're going to go to, let's see who they're going to bring in here. They're going to bring in Dave Righetti, his 1986 card, where he had a 2.45 ERA. I think he had 30-something saves. I don't remember the exact amount. But we're going to have he's going to come in, Righetti, and get to pitch this 8th inning. Then we'll bring in somebody else for the 9th. Just trying to clear the benches and give him some playing time. Here's Anthony Rizzo. He's going to lead things off. And that is a 6-6 against Righetti. And that's a strikeout off of Righetti. So Righetti comes in and whiffs Rizzo, brings up Ernie Banks. Ernie Banks doesn't want to play 2 today, not the way this game is going. 6-10. 6-10's a fly ball to left, and that's 2 away. Handled by Mercer. And here's slamming Sammy Sosa. 3-8 for Sosa. He's not slamming here. He struck out. And the inning is over. So nothing doing for the Cubbies. Righetti did his 1 inning of work, pitched it very well. Mariano Rivera will be coming in the 9th, even though it's not a save situation. He just wants to get some work. And Lee Smith is going to come in for the Cubs. He's going to pitch the final inning. 1983 season, 4-10 with a 1.65 ERA. So Lee Smith becomes the 4th Cubs pitcher. And he will be taking on the bottom of the order, Lazzeri, and then we've got Rizzuto and Mattingly. So it's a 4-10 for Lee Smith, and a 4-10 is a fly ball to center. And out there in center field is Rick Monday, who's a 2. That's a 15. 2 and a 15, and wouldn't you know it, a 2 and a 15 is a single and error batter to second. So a single plus an error. And wouldn't you know it, that's what they found. Single plus an error on Monday. A single plus E8. When it rains, it pours. All right, it's 3-11 for Rizzuto, his first at bat. 3-11 is a ground ball back to the pitcher. The runner has to hold. And there's 1 away. So Rizzuto doesn't get it done. Here's Donnie Baseball. 3-6 for Donnie Baseball, and he's going to get it done with a double right there, a solid double for Mattingly, and that's going to bring home the run, unearned as it is, although it might be an earned run before it's over with. Either way, it doesn't matter. The run's across, and it's now 9-1. And here's Jolton Joe. 1-8, 1-8, and there's another double, potentially, 1-16. It'll clear the bases, if it is. It's a 17th with a single, but it's still 2 stars. So it's still going to bring home Mattingly. So now that run is earned after all. Like I said, not that it matters to the Cubs. They just want to get out of here. And we now have an 11. I'm sorry, let's see, 1, 2. I'm sorry, now it's a 10-1 game. It was 9-1, now it's 10-1. All right. Tell you what, the Yankees are going to be murder on this loser's bracket because they are just mad to be there to begin with. 2-2. 2-2 is a ground ball first base A. That's going to be a double play, 3-6-3, to end the inning. But the Yankees put up 2 more here in the 8th off of Lee Smith. We go to the 9th. It is a 10-1 ball game. And just for kicks and giggles, Mariano Rivera is going to come in. His 2001 season, he has 50 saves. Obviously not a save situation in this one. Hi, Bob. Wish it could be a closer game for you, but it's not. Can't candy coat it. It's a blowout. The Yankees are rolling. Here's Kris Bryant to start the 9th. 6-6 against Rivera. 6-6 is a ground ball to shortstop X. That's the new shortstop, Phil Rizzo. And Rizzo is a 2. And that's a 4. Let's see if that's a good play. A 2 and a 4 is an out. So Phil Rizzo makes the play, 1 away. And now the Cubs are 2 outs away from elimination. Here's Billy Williams. That's a 5-8 off Rivera, and that is a strikeout. So Rivera with the K. 2 down for Ron Santo. Last chance, Ron Santo. And it's a 3-6 for Santo. That's 1-9 is a single. 10-20 is a line out to third. That's an 18. It's going to line out to Nettles, and the ball game is over. So the Yankees lay waste to the Cubs by the final score of 10-1. Winning pitcher in the game was Will C. Moore. The loser, tough luck loser, was Rick Sutcliffe. Obviously no save situation anywhere near this game. So we go to our bracket and we write in the Yankees and say bye-bye to the Cubs. So in our bracket here, the Yankees have beaten the Cubs. They await the winner of the Red Sox-Cleveland game. And the winner of that game will be playing the Tigers in the loser's bracket. Tigers, of course, knocked off the Yankees in round 2. But the 2 teams in the catbird seat, as Red Barber used to say, are the Orioles and the Dodgers up here in the winner's bracket. Pirates are here waiting the winners of the St. Louis A's game here. Reds-Mets winner will play each other and get the choice to play the Pirates. So we got 3 more games in this round, the Metamucil Elimination round. And then we'll be down to a final couple of games here and then play the Tigers and the Pirates. And then hopefully get on level here so I can be caught up with the winner's bracket. Kind of went ahead in the winner's bracket more than I wanted to. But it's just the way it worked out. So, like I said, I apologize for not having a closer game. But, we can't control that. The dice are what they are. And the Yankee cards are what they are. You start rolling dice and getting the results off the Yankee cards, especially the 27 Yankees, you're going to be in trouble. So, and actually before this game, I did record a video and put it on YouTube, but I haven't made it public yet, of the game between the Reds and Mets. I've actually played that game. And it's not finished yet. So I'm going to see about either I'm going to have to do a 2-parter or I'm going to see if I can merge them together and load them later on. But that game has been played almost to its completion. The last 2 to play in this round are going to be the Red Sox, Indians, and A's and Cardinals. A's and Cardinals, another first-round rematch. Although this time it will not be Catfish Hunter against Bob Gibson. It's actually going to be Adam Wainwright against Barry Zito because of the rest rule that I impose on these tournaments. You got to go 3 rounds before you can pitch again. That's just so one team can't ride a dominant pitcher. Trying to keep things balanced and make these teams use up some of their pitching staff, which a lot of teams have, excellent pitching. The Dodgers, for instance, haven't even used Fernando Valenzuela yet, and they haven't used Zach Greinke yet. So, they got plenty of pitching. And so that's it from here. Going to wrap things up 6:30 Eastern time. Traffic should have died down well by now. And so I should be able to get home without too much hassle, I would hope. Grab some dinner. Probably offline play a game of the History Maker Baseball, the 1987 Braves. I'm trying to get that wrapped up. Got 20 games left to go. I really want to get that wrapped up so I can move on to bigger and better things. But I do want to complete the project since I started it. So I want to make sure I finish it, and then give a result of how the History Maker engine did. So far, it's not too bad. There's obviously some tweaks that I think need to be made to the game as far as the results if you're looking for fielding, strikeouts, and all that stuff. But just win-loss records and batting averages and stuff like that, it's not out of line by any means. So anyway, that's going to do it from here. Let's see if you want to stare at a wall. See if I can fix this. Here we go. All right, so that's going to do it from here, guys. Certainly appreciate you all tuning in. Don't know if the Earls are going to do something. I haven't seen either one of them do a video in a few days. Hope they're okay. Hope maybe they're just busy or whatnot, but I'm assuming someone, either Espo or one of those guys, will do a video tonight. I am getting close to that, Larry. I got 20 games left. I'm getting ready to play game 141 tonight. They only played 161 in the season because one of the games was a rainout that was not made up. But since I did play the 1987 All-Star game, I will play a full 162 games for that season. So hopefully we can get that done. My goal, I'm off next week, Thanksgiving week. It's my week to do yard work during the day, rake up leaves and stuff. But at night, hopefully I'm going to be able to knock some of those out. My goal is to get the 87 Braves done before Christmas. That's my goal. Hopefully I can get it done sometime in early December, but I'm also doing this. So I want to mix and match and get everything done. So really, what I really want to do is get everything off my plate. I want to get this tournament done and the History Maker games done before the new year. So in January, I can start off fresh with something new. So again, Yankees blow out the Cubs. Cubs are now gone. They're out of here. And the Yankees now, since we've played 3 rounds with them, they can come back with Whitey Ford if they choose, or they can go to another starter like an Andy Pettit, or I think Wade Hoyt is another starter from 27 they can go to. So there's different options. We have to wait and see when that time comes, and wait and also see who they're playing. They're going to be playing, like I said, the winner of the Reds and Mets, which I've already played, but it has gone to extra innings, and I didn't get a chance to finish. Hey, Steve, I didn't know you were here. Yeah, Steve, I got 20 games left. I'm going to be playing game 141 tonight, and the Braves have a chance to sweep the series, but they have to beat Oral Hershiser to do it, and that's going to be a tough task because they have Pete Smith on the mound, who's a rookie, and you never know how those things are going to go. Steve, I am going to be ordering from Play.com they can't use the term World Series, I guess, so it's the Fall Classics. The first one, the very first one they offered. I like the teams in that, the 71 World Series, the 72 World Series, and so forth. And for $24 and getting 16 teams, I think it's a great price. So I'm definitely going to check that out. And then that's going to help me with my May Madness, or I might even do it in March and do March Madness with History Maker rather than Strat-O-Matic, since I'm going to have all these teams now. So looking forward to that. And yeah, I do want to give a shout out to Steve for his birthday. I know I put something on Facebook about it on his Facebook page, but again, he's one of the guys that really got me started on this. I would not be doing this at all if it wasn't for him and Al Wilson and watching those two do videos. And I wouldn't even have heard of History Maker Baseball without Steve for that matter. I didn't even know that existed until I saw some of his videos. All right, Steve, you take care and enjoy your special day with your family. And I'll put something on Facebook about Game 41 later tonight on the Braves replay. So that's going to do it from here, folks. I got to head home and get some dinner and settle in for the night, I guess you want to call it that. Again, sorry for Cubs fans out there. It didn't quite work out that way, but the Yankees, they don't call them Murderers Row for nothing. So they blow the Cubs out 10-1. Until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.